Austin, Texas Country is 95.9 Eric Rains. We are live in the Deep Eddy Vodka Media Lounge. Honored to have Zach Top hanging out with us.
Well, thanks. You'll learn that you don't need to be all that honored here in a second. I wear on people quick. So.
Oh no, man, I don't think so. I actually got to meet you last night, right?
Yeah.
With Jake Worthington.
Yes, sir.
Who is so country.
I love Jake, man.
I love that guy. And he was feeding you some info, and you were trying to be humble about it, but he was talking about. You're the next thing. This guy's the reason the country's going to be good. You've got a lot of pub in this last year, a lot of successes. Mm-hmm. And now everyone's saying, Zach Top, the next big thing. Does pressure come with that?
I don't know if there's any extra. I feel like I don't know, I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do, and it happened to work. And so it kind of takes the pressure off me. And I'll keep doing what I'm doing, what I know how to do, and it wasn't, didn't have to play no part or put on an act to get here. So far I've just been my goofy old self. So as long as I can keep doing that and people keep enjoying it, it should be all right.
Washington State?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Then you went to Colorado?
Yep. Lived out here for about 5 years.
And so you're kind of used to this weather.
I am. I love it.
You went skiing, right? Yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you do?
Yesterday. Oh, it was great. Awesome snow conditions. I had one solid little spill, hyperextended my knee just a little bit, but feeling good this morning. I'm going to go back out tomorrow and see if I can't really mess something up.
And you're playing the outdoor stage, which
yes,
for
sir.
a lot of people, if you're listening right now, it's supposed to snow maybe later today.
Is it?
But it's cold.
It's been
out there.
beautiful so far. It's so nice when the sun's out. It feels great. That sun goes behind a cloud. It chills down real quick.
Outdoor stage. They got heaters up there too, right?
Oh, yeah. They got
And
heaters.
you've already sound checked.
We did sound check.
Again, I appreciate you doing this on game day because I know
man.
you got to play here in about a couple hours.
Oh.
So to come hang out.
Happy to do it.
How old were you when you first started playing this game?
I mean, my parents got me a guitar when I was 3. Back then, I didn't know which way to hold it. I was left-handed, and I didn't know it made a difference. And they didn't either, so they got me a right-handed guitar. So there's pictures of me playing it upside down when I was real little. But I started taking lessons when I was 5, and I guess played my first show when I was 7. So it's been a minute.
And you came into the scene as a grasser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew up, played. We had a family band. I got a little brother and 2 older sisters. We ran around, had the little bluegrass family band, traipsed around in the RV every summer from, when I was 7 to 17, I guess. And then my siblings all grew up and got real jobs, and so I had to find other bands to play around with. So I was in a couple other bands, did the grass thing till I was, I guess, about 22 or something. Was playing pretty steady grass shows, and at that point kind of got the opportunity to turn it all the way country, and that's kind of where my heart always was. I love the grass stuff. That was just, I ended up getting into that just because of the guitar teacher that my parents found. She was big into that stuff, and I was asking to learn country songs, so she kind of was teaching me country songs, but teaching me to play guitar in a bluegrass style. So I kind of blended them both together for a while before I turned it all the way country.
Will there be some bluegrass in your country moving forward?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, if you listen to the record we put out last year, there's, a bunch of stuff very heavily influenced by grass stuff. And I feel like everything I write and do, it, still has some of that in there. Sometimes more subtle and sometimes more blatant, I guess. But, I love the music, and I think it's a nice, compliment. They're bluegrass and country are pretty close cousins, I feel like, and so they go well together. And I feel like there's a big resurgence in that type of raw acoustic music lately, as well as the straight up country thing. Look at guys like Billy Strings or whatnot, just killing it with a 5-piece bluegrass band. Or I guess he rolls with a 6-piece now. Anyways, so it's, I think that side of it people really enjoy too, and it doesn't hurt what we got going on. So there'll always be a bunch of bluegrass hanging around my music.
I love the fact that not only you can play and write, but I love an artist that can sing and play a massive. You know your way around the neck of a guitar. I love to hear you play. Does that come from the bluegrass where you were having?
Yeah, I think a lot. Yeah, I mean, just the knowledge of the fretboard. I mean, I played from when I was, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 to 12 or 13. I probably played guitar 3 hours a day. That's all I wanted to do, and I figured out pretty quick. I wanted to be a cowboy first when you're a little kid. I feel like every little boy wants to be a cowboy or something, and I realized I was no good at that, and probably the closest I would get would be to sing about them. So I dove headlong into that, and so I played a ton of guitar, and I'd sit down in the music room that my parents had set up. They had an old tape machine in there, and they had a big old, those briefcase-looking cases that they'd have
with
all them little
cassettes
tape
in 'em?
slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd sit down there and
What was your go-to back then?
oh, I don't know, a little bit of everything. They had so much different stuff in there. It was old George Jones stuff. I remember that was the first time I heard the Keith Whitley "Don't Close Your Eyes" tape was out of that case. Had a bunch of George Strait stuff. That was my parents' favorite, was George Strait. Stuff like Dan Seals, Leroy Parnell. There was everything, soup to nuts in there. And I just sit down there and put them tapes in that machine one by one and sit there and try and play along with them with the guitar and sing along with them a little bit. And that was kind of, got a pretty deep knowledge of old country music that way, I guess.
So I've seen all your TikToks and your Instagram, and are you really living in an RV?
No. Hell no. I don't post nothing on there either. I got people doing that for me, but it's fun I like to mislead people. It's fun to start rumors. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
I saw that. I'm like, surely he's not really living in an RV.
No, but I do live in a double wide right now, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty close.
I mean, I wouldn't judge, but
No.
I mean, I would suspect you're living in a bus.
Yeah, exactly. I live in a double wide probably 4 days a month, and outside of that, I live in a bus.
When did you feel this thing pop for you? Because I feel like it's popped for you.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I feel like it was right about the time we put the record out last April. It felt like we had, like, even before that, we had been playing, small little clubs, 300, 400 cap clubs or something, and I would be excited for it to be, if 200 people showed up. Well, it feels like the room's pretty full then. And then all of a sudden, like, starting, I don't know, beginning of March or something, everything was starting to sell out, and then it started to sell out like weeks in advance on these little clubs and stuff, and then we got to start playing 800 cap clubs, and then it just kind of kept on. It's like, oh, people are like aware now, and then the other thing, once the album's out, they show up wanting to hear my whole album, and so you don't have to play 80% covers to keep people interested, which is fun too when it feels like they start showing up for your music. I feel like that was when that record came out. That was definitely a big turning point. And then all the stuff, like, we were so fortunate being on the Lainey Wilson tour last year was huge for us, because obviously she's gets about as much buzz as anybody in the country music world. So being attached to her tour, I think, was just amplified all that stuff. And the other people we got to open for too, Dierks Bentley, Luke Bryan. We had a bunch of folks that were good to us, having us out on their shows. It just felt like it was the perfect storm this last year, and hopefully we can keep her going, keep pouring fuel on the fire this year.
Did you work on your Kermit the Frog voice before you put that Kermit outfit on?
I pulled up. I watched that stuff when I was a kid, but I pulled up a YouTube video before I went out there just to dial in the tone a little bit and recall it. So I practiced for a second before I went out there.
It's incredible as a fan. I'm a fan of your music to start with. You have a song that 2 notes into it, the crowd goes wild.
Oh,
and that song actually got more popular before it ever hit radio. I never lied to me.
That's the reason it's at radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that song, everybody knows every word. Mm-hmm. Is that your song right now? That's like the song that everybody goes crazy for? Yeah. That's so far the hit off the record for sure. And but it's cool for me. Like, I feel like my fans are, and maybe everybody's are this way, but I feel like my fans dig into my music. It's not just that, obviously everybody goes crazy for I Never Lie, and then it sounds like the radio did good. I think we hit top 15 or something on that, on the Billboard chart, and so everybody knows that. But it feels like for the most part, everybody knows everything off the album, and so it's like they're excited. There's, there's nothing on there that's kind of a dead spot, I guess, in the show. So that's pretty fun. But it's pretty wild hearing that. Like you said, the first 2 notes, just that. It reminds me of Alan Jackson or maybe early Clint Black.
Sure,
Alan had the, Here in the Real World.
Oh, yeah.
Two strokes on a fiddle and we're all losing our mind.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the reasons I'm a fan is I grew up, I loved rock music.
Yeah.
Until 1989 with Clint Black.
Yeah.
And you're singing those, you're sounding like that. The country music is back, in my opinion.
Sure.
Do you feel like your fans obviously are leading? They realize that you're leading us back into that realm.
Yeah, I think so. It's I feel like mostly I just showed up at the right spot at the right time. Country's always been pretty cyclical, and it gets out somewhere kind of wacky and new for a little while, but everybody always kind of remembers the roots and where it came from and kind of the traditions of this genre. And so at some point it's like, all right, let's get back to, something more like what we've all known and grown up loving. And so I think it wasn't any kind of scheme or designed decision for me to be the throwback guy. It's just like, this is all I know how to do, and that's what comes out of me when I write or sing or play. And I happened to be here at the right time that people wanted to hear that. So I don't know.
I think part of us, a lot of us were waiting for.
Yeah, definitely.
Waiting for that music to come back. 2025.
Yeah.
Did they have you on a tour yet, or?
Oh yeah. We got my first.
Right.
My first official tour will be all spring, the Cold Beer and Country Music Tour, from January to May, I guess.
Who are you taking out with you?
My buddy Jake Worthington, he'll be on some shows. I got another friend, Cole Goodwin. He opened a handful of shows for us last year, and he's really kind of getting some heat now, getting a lot of attention from industry folks in Nashville. And he's a great dude, real talented singer and player too. So he's and writes some great stuff as well. So excited to have him out. And then a gal that I've only met a couple of times, but I'm a fan of what she does, Lauren Watkins. She's over there on Big Loud too, I guess. But yeah, that's the three for the spring, and then we'll be direct support for Dierks Bentley on his tour all summer, and then we're scrounging something more up for the fall. So,
man, definitely looking forward to that tour.
Thanks.
Again. You get to play outdoor stage today. Do you leave tomorrow, or are you going to ski and then get out?
I'm going to ski one more time tomorrow, and then leave out on Thursday.
Yeah. Well, man, people on this mountain are so pumped. I mean, we're excited that you're here. I mean,
Thanks.
if you walk through the halls. The other thing that I would say is that you've been accommodating to everybody. Sometimes these stars that we see will hide in their room. I get that. Believe me, I do.
Yeah.
You've taken a million pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Got stopped in the hall a million times here.
Yeah.
And on behalf of everybody here on the mountain, I'd say thank you, because that's the one thing that I keep hearing from everybody. Zach is a nice guy.
Yeah. I try to be. I'm just a regular dude.
I get that. I get that.
It's like.
But there are artists out there that would
sure.
rather hide from everybody.
Sure.
And you've passed on that one this week.
Sure. Yeah. No, I love it. I think hell, they're the reason I get to do what I'm doing. So if all it takes is taking a picture or talking to them for a second to get them excited, that's no skin off my back. That's an easy ask for me. So I'm happy to do it.
Well, glad to have you here in the Deep Eddy Vodka Media Lounge. I truly appreciate you coming up today. It's game day. I always tell people that. The fact that you come in and do an interview when you're about to go hit stage here very shortly, I truly appreciate that
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
Zach Topp, live right here with Austin's 95.9 Texas Country, live from the Deep Eddy Vodka Media Lounge. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it.